My name is Lindsay Grogan, and I'm a Paralympic swimmer, and I work as a swim coach. So when I was 2 years old, I was diagnosed with a disease called scleroderma, and it affected the left side of my face, so that's why my face is a little bit smaller, and it also affected my leg, so I couldn't walk like normal. So I had to use crutches until I was 7 years old, and then I went and had surgery, and I got an artificial leg so that I could walk around again. So that's called a prosthesis. So that's what I use to get around nowadays. For me, having a prosthesis hasn't really been that different, or it hasn't really been hard, because I was so little that it's just been normal to me growing up. If you wear glasses, it's like putting on your glasses in the morning, or putting on your shoes or something like that. It's just a piece of equipment that helps me get around a little bit better. It might look a little bit different, but it's not really that hard or challenging if you're used to it. One thing that's really cool that I have now is a microprocessor knee, and so that means that they built a knee that has a microprocessor, little tiny computer inside of it. So I have to hook up the knee to charge the battery every night, and the computer helps me walk around, and it tries to match what my real leg does. So I take off my leg at night when I'm ready to go to bed. You just slide it out. It's like taking off your shoes. And I plug it in right here, and then it starts charging. So it charges overnight, and then in the morning I unplug it, and it beeps to know that it's ready to go. And then I pop it on, and that's it. If I'm not using my leg, then I use these crutches to walk around. And I also do that at swim meets, because it's a lot easier to get around in and out of the pool without having to put on and take off my leg all the time. When I was little, I loved playing sports, and I was really active. And so when I was 7 years old, I got started swimming on a swim team. And I did basketball, I did gymnastics, I did softball, all of those sports. Growing up, I liked to ride my bike, but swimming was what I loved, and that was what I did every summer. And when I was 8 years old, I found out about a big event called the Paralympics. So they have the Olympics, and then they also have the Paralympics, which is the same thing, but it's for people with disabilities. Since I'm missing my leg, it wouldn't be very fair for me to swim against somebody who has both their legs, because I'll probably be a little bit slower. So that's what the Paralympics were created for. So I went to see the Paralympics with my parents and sister when I was 8 years old, and they were in Atlanta, Georgia. And from then on, I wanted to be a Paralympic swimmer. So I started swimming more and more, and I tried out for the Paralympics in 2008 and 2012, and both of those times I wasn't quite fast enough. So I kept on working, and in 2016, I finally made the Paralympic team. So I was able to compete with all the United States athletes in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. One thing I love about sports and swimming is that just about anybody can do it. And especially in the water, you don't have to be able to walk, or you don't have to be able to see. You can still swim. So when I was competing in the Paralympics, it was really cool to see all of my teammates and all of these people from all over the world, because I have teammates who are blind, and I have teammates who are missing an arm, or teammates who use a wheelchair and so their legs don't work. And all of them compete, and all of them train really hard, and a lot of them can swim faster than somebody who has all of their arms and legs and all of their sight. And so that's that's what I love about sports, is that you might need to figure out a way to do something a little bit differently, but that's what is really cool about adaptive sports, is that you can do wheelchair basketball instead of running around basketball. A lot of times you might see somebody who looks different from you or uses crutches or a wheelchair, or maybe is blind and uses a cane to get around, or even a service dog or something like that. And so they might look a little bit different, and it might be kind of hard to be friendly to them, but they are really just like you. And so even though they may look a little bit different on the outside, they're on the inside, they're just like you, and wanting friends, and might like the same things that you do, the same movies or the same books or the same food. So if you just get to know somebody who looks a little bit different from you, you'll probably find out that they're not scary or they're not bad. Different is just different.